Hi, I'm Stephanie Sims, and I am the guest curator for the Windgate Museum of Art's exhibition entitled Let Us March On. Let Us March On is an exhibition about the Black Lives Matter movement in Arkansas. It includes a vast selection of photographs, artwork, interactives, and narrative text. The exhibition obtained its name from the lyrics of the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem. The first stanza of the anthem is featured in each section of the exhibit. The song is so inspirational, and it coincides with the photographs of the marches and demonstrations after the death of George Floyd. The exhibit opens with an introduction panel that explains the background of the Black Lives Matter movement. After the acquittal of George Zimmerman for the death of Trayvon Martin in 2013, Black Lives Matter became an international human rights movement that campaigns against police brutality and systemic racism towards African Americans. While the Black Lives Matter movement returned to headlines for fighting racial injustice, many states like Arkansas were in solidarity with Minneapolis, Minnesota. Lift every voice and sing, to earth and heaven ring. The impact of social media. This section focuses on the impact of social media. Social media provided an essential platform for both organizing protests and sharing footage of police brutality in real time. While George Floyd was being detained by Minnesota police, bystanders began to realize the arrest was taking a brutal turn, so they filmed the incident with their cell phones. Subsequently, they shared the content on social media. Seen around the world, videos of Floyd's fatal arrest prompt demonstrations in countless neighborhoods. By using the hashtag BLM, an abbreviation from Black Lives Matter, people learn about upcoming meetings, events, and protests organized by community leaders. Ring with the harmonies of liberty, police and protests through a pandemic. As protesters campaign for change in the justice system for African Americans, simultaneously, the world was suffering from a global pandemic. The spread of COVID-19, as well as the ease with which information circulates on social media, amplified the need to sustain the protest effort. As the world was in a state of emergency, the killings of African Americans by law enforcement were still on the rise. After the death of George Floyd, protesters orchestrated demonstrations in less than 24 hours in support of justice for George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement. Despite news outlets claiming that the rise in COVID-19 cases was related to the protests, images of the marches and mass gatherings showed people wearing masks in compliance with the CDC's recommendations. I included two pieces of art in this section. Brandon Maddox's piece entitled Everyday Fight features a young black man holding a protest sign while wearing a mask. It is a beautiful acrylic and oil painting, and it's the perfect depiction of someone participating in a protest during the pandemic. The second piece is a digital illustration by Brian Williams entitled Lorraine Motel. What I love about this piece is the use of secondary colors and how it portrays the build of the historic site. The Lorraine Motel is known for its correlation with the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Including this piece in the exhibit represents the extensive fight for racial justice in America. Let our rejoicing rise, high as the listening skies. The Black Experience at Hendrix College. This segment centers on the African American experience at Hendrix. In the height of the Black Power era of the 1960s and 1970s, Black students at predominantly white institutions reevaluated their needs and advocated for change on their campuses. During this time, most predominantly white institutions encountered a lot of firsts on their campus. Arkansas State Senator Linda Chesterfield was the first African American to graduate from Hendrix in 1969. The narrative continues and covers the Students for Black Culture, known as SBC, which is an organization designed to create awareness and stimulate an appreciation for Black contributions to society, and how Black students and other students of color face microaggressions and at times most direct incidents of bias at Hendrix. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Art plus activism equals artivism. While thousands of people protest and stand for justice, many artists use their talents to declare a stance on racial discrimination. Artivism means advocating for political agendas through wall murals, posters, and other forms of grassroots artistic expression. This is where the world saw the words Black Lives Matter painted on the streets of Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and New York. Murals emerged everywhere. Artists Jose Hernandez and Jermaine Gibson initiated the mural on West 7th Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Music is for the soul, child. Music gathers momentum that brings awareness to social events, and it inspires listeners to support various political causes. Artists from many genres have produced protest music in conjunction with the protest. Songs like The Bigger Picture by hip-hop artist Lil Baby and the Civil Rights era classic A Change Is Gonna Come by the legendary Sam Cooke are influential during this time. Other songs like Changes by Tupac and Formation by Beyonce are played as people protest for justice for African Americans. For decades, protest music has created a soundtrack for the voice of the unheard and welcomed unwavering bravery to make a change. Perry & Heard's piece entitled Shine, Reach for the Light showcases a Black man looking up to the sky. The bold colors like the reds and the blues, along with the patterns throughout the piece, gives an impression of optimism and strength from within, no matter the circumstances. Unmasked by Lonnie Rainey is a self-portrait created with chalk pastels and acrylic wash. This piece is a great introduction to the next segment about Black representation. The blue chalk creates a subtle tone that creates femininity, while the brown represents warmth and strength. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Through the lens, Black representation matters. The portrayal of African Americans in mainstream media has often not reflected accurate depictions of Black culture. After being misrepresented by mainstream media for so long, Black creators emerged in the publishing and entertainment industries and changed everything. Black magazines such as Ebony and Jet, founded by John H. Johnson, celebrated African American heritage and told stories about authentic Black lives. Representation has an impact on our self-esteem and affects how we view ourselves. Come Out by Kwasi Harshaw portrays a beautiful Black woman wearing her natural hair in an afro. And just above her head is a male's hand holding an afro pick. The imagery is so deep with interpretations, but the obvious message is how this woman is representing her true self, wearing her natural hair in confidence with the support of a Black man offering to comb her hair. Rashawn Pennister's Pleading Green portrays a Black woman posing with her back facing the viewer. The details in the picture gives an impression that she is wealthy based on the Black dress and pearl earrings, as she is also wearing her natural hair. Like the infamous painter Kehinde Wiley, Penister used floral ornaments to epitomize fertility and beauty. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, the movement in Arkansas. Several days after the killing of George Floyd, Arkansans began their initial protests in Little Rock, Arkansas. Hundreds of people gathered at the state capitol and began marching and demanding justice for the victims and their families, as well as accountability from police departments. Protests continued and expanded to Helena, Conway, Brinkley, Cabot, and other cities throughout the state. Arkansas's recent response to this social justice movement is unprecedented. Photographer Ebony Blevins captured most of the images featured in the exhibit. Blevins is a beast behind the lens. She documented protests in Little Rock, Zinc, Conway, and many other places in the state. The images she took are so captivating and allowed the audience to experience the movement through her lens, her point of view. Another photographer, Andre Wilson, also captured the protests in Little Rock. One of my favorite pieces is a photograph of a police officer on his motorcycle with protesters and the Capitol building in the background. Let us march on till victory is won. Supporters and allies. The protests have spread across the world, offering many people the opportunity to become involved with the Black Lives Matter movement. Those who were present during the demonstrations demanded police reform and expressed their unwillingness to accept racial inequality any longer.